Hi, I'm Tony. I'm in my man cave. Yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess, but it's okay because I'm not a professional YouTuber. I haven't done a proper YouTube video in about over a year, and when I did, they were about blank cassettes, and you will never saw my hands. So, anyway, why am I here? Well, it's because of this watch. I literally have just got this watch today, and I looked on YouTube for some reviews and couldn't find any. So I thought that I would do a quick review now in case any of you are thinking of getting one of these Seiko Rotocall reissues. So let's just get into it. So here it is, the Seiko SMGG19, and this is a P1 variant, also known as the Rotocall, well, in its original incarnation, but here it is. So we get it in a plain white Seiko box, and we open it up, and there's another plain white Seiko box. Now, this I'm a bit disappointed with. Oh look, you've got a booklet. Yes, I've got a warranty booklet. But this was bought direct from Seiko, and yet there's no manual. There's no printed manual. The manual is online, but you would have thought you would have got a printed manual with this, especially when I tell you how much this watch is. Now, let's just put this outer box away because we don't need this right now. But this is a digital watch. I'll say that again. It's a digital watch. Very pretty digital watch. But it's a digital watch. A stainless steel digital watch, and it costs £480. Now, let's put that into perspective. £480 on Ashford.com not so long ago bought me a Mido Commander Swiss chronometer watch. That cost me about £500 in my hand. This is £480 for a digital watch. So like I say, in the box you get a little hang tag, you get the watch itself. I've already adjusted this for my wrist. You get in a little pillow, and it's in a fairly plain box. So let's have a look at the watch itself. So this is called the Rotocall because astronauts used to really like this. It was officially not a space watch, not something NASA, not Dennis the Menace's dog, sanctioned. But the astronauts liked it because they could strap it on the wrist, and rather than fiddle around with buttons, they could rotate this. Maybe when they were in a spacesuit as well, you know, big chunky gloves, it was easy to rotate stuff, but that's basically why astronauts liked it. So if we look at the features of this, we've got the time, and on here, if you press both buttons in together, you can have quite an annoying feature, and I'll tell you why. So if I press these in now, and we can hear the alarm is pleasantly retro. I used to have Loris Quartz, which was still is a sub-brand of Seiko. I used to have one of their digitals in the 80s that made an alarm sound like this, and it's great. Ready? Now, as you can note now, the hourly chime has been turned on, and this is an annoying thing because I like digital watches. When I press the buttons, it makes a beep. You know, as you press the button, it just makes a beep. It's a digital watch. If you have the hourly chime on, like it is now, the watch will make beeps when you do stuff, and we'll see that when we go through the features. However, you turn this off by pressing this again, the hourly chime is off, but also so is the beep. So basically you can only have the watch beep when it does functions if you also have it beeping on the hour every hour, which is annoying, especially when you have it near you in bed. So let's put it back on. So we've got we've got the time. We twist it, and this is where we set the time. Nothing controversial about that. Now we have a timer, and me personally, I always like to set these normally to 8 hours, you know, like in Commando, and press the button 8 hours. Pff, that's how long I've got to save my young daughter. But yeah, it's just basically a timer. Let's restart. There we go. That's there we go. 8 hours. Let's put it to 8 hours. There we go. 8 hours. And I like that. I like that it's split because you've always got the time here, but then you've got the time at the stop. That might have helped Arnie more in the film. And the original did come out in 1982 and Commando did come out in 1985. So there was scope for this to be in there, but anyway, so yes, that's the, see the beeps? That's the timer. Now this is an odd function, but I can see use for it. It's a counter, and there's two lots of digits here. This on the left can count up to 99. This on the right, however, if you use it by itself, can count up to 999. So basically, if you press a button, oh, it makes a beep, and it goes up. And then this way, you can count up to 999. If you use the other side, however, they can both count up to 99. So basically, I don't know who'd use this. Maybe a doorman or somebody needs to keep track of up to 999 people somewhere. When someone goes by, you just press it and goes, oh, there's another one in, there's another one in, there's another one in. And you can have two different watts. So you can have door A goes up to 99, door B goes up to 99. I mean, it's not a function I've ever seen on another digital watch, and it's certainly not one that I will be using, but as Ashens would say, it's certainly a thing, and it's there, and you press that button down and hold it down and it'll reset. No, is it the other one? Let's have a look. Is it both of them? Yes, it's both of them. Right, both of them resets it. There we go. Like I say, I'm pro YouTuber, me. I do this every week. Then we've got the good old stopwatch. A nice beep on it, and it does have a split, so you know you're timing a race, and that's first person, that's their time 4:59, and then the next person, oh, it's 9:39, and it keeps on counting away in the background while you look at these times, and then of course you can stop it and reset it. So it's a stopwatch. Dual time, so you can have two time zones on the face. What I never get about dual time functions, and this is the case here, maybe it's more flexibility, but you usually have dual time if you're travelling somewhere else, and only the hours change. So this should be synchronised with the minutes and the seconds, and just the hours change. Surely that's how you should change, but I don't know, maybe you need to have two completely different times on your watch face. But there we go, you can have two different times on your watch face. Then we've got a daily alarm, so you can set an alarm that goes off every day at the same time, and then you can have a single alarm that goes off only once, and then we go back to the time again. So that's all the basic functions of the watch. So let's have a look a bit more at the watch now. The first thing I'll note about this is it's small. It's 37mm. So I kind of, you know, how can I put this? It's a £480 digital watch, but when I think of Seiko digital watches, because of when I grew up, this is one I always think of. This one with this octagonal case. I'm saying octagonal, is it octagonal? 2, 4, 6, yes, it's octagonal. I always thought of this, and when this came out, as I think I saw on Hodinkey, I've never pre-ordered anything so fast in my life, even though it's a £480 digital watch. The Jubilee style bracelet, which has split pins, not pin and collar, not screws, good old fashioned cheapy split pins, you know, the kind you get on Scamai watches, which cost 1/50th of this, split pins. And when it comes to adjustment, there's only two little micro adjust holds. And again, it's just a pressed steel clasp. It's not milled on this £480 watch. It's just pressed steel. And upside down, but as soon as I saw it, I had to buy it. I didn't look at the specs. I just thought, oh, I'll buy it. And the thing is this, if I put it on my wrist, I don't have a massive wrist, I'm not the Hulk. I have a 7-inch wrist, but maybe I'm used to bigger watches, but it seems a bit small. Like I say, it's 37mm wide. It seems a bit small. And to give a bit of context, let's just take a common old garden Casio next to it. You know, we all know this one. Yeah, that's small by design. This is small. I'm not saying it's the wrong size. You know, lately watches are being made to be smaller and smaller, but I can't help but think I'd like this bore if it was 40mm. But that's just me. You know, ultimately, I should have looked at the specs when I bought it and gone, will this fit? And I would have probably gone, I don't care because I've wanted one of these for about 40 years. I'm not buying second hand. Let's just buy it. Trying to think, the only other thing to show you is it does have a backlight on it. So I'll tell you what, I'm gonna jump cut now to showing you the backlight because I need to turn the lights off here. So there we go, not a bad backlight. You can see the face as a, you know, if you look at a Timex Q LCA reissue, that's how not to do a backlight. This is better, but again, a £5 Sander or Scamai would embarrass this £480 digital watch when it comes to the backlight department. So, like I say, I've only just got this. I haven't wore it a lot. Let's see, I'm going to put it on and hopefully maybe it's going to grow on me, because that's the ultimate thing to me about watches, as I've learned. And I've got a lot of watches, and you guys don't know me, I'm not a watch YouTuber because there's so many. I don't want to get involved in that, but I have hundreds of watches and I always have had. And the most important things about a watch to me are this: how it looks. That's the most important thing. Never buy a watch on value. It might have amazing specs for an amazing price, and if you think it's as ugly as sin, you're never going to love it. Whereas this, I think it's too expensive for what it is. I think it's stupidly expensive for what it is. I don't think it's got the world's greatest build quality. Yes, it's 10 atmospheres water resistant, but that's a hardlex crystal. It's not a sapphire crystal. Yes, it's all stainless steel, but again, you know, this is a kind of strap that you would have got on a Seiko 5, you know, 10 years ago before they turned them into OB and SKX coffees. But this is a kind of strap you would have got on a Seiko 5 10 years ago that would have cost you 50 quid. But this is a £480 watch. I know Seiko have gone up market, and I'm very disappointed with the way that Seiko have just increased price without increasing quality. But every now and then, because I love them so much, they release something I just look at like this and think, I gotta buy this. So that's the three most important things: how it looks, if it functions correctly, i.e. this works, it should keep good time, and the third most important thing is if there's some level of durability to it. Yes, like I say, hardlex, not sapphire, but it is stainless steel. It should hold together. So there we go. So if you're thinking of getting one of these, that's what you need to know. Again, I'm going to put it up against the Casio. It's kind of small, but got a very clear screen, all the functions work. It feels, the case itself, the watch itself feels solid enough. But like I say, buy it because you love it. Buy it because you look at it and you think, oh, that's awesome, that is so retro, oh, I remember them, oh, I want that, oh, and it was also an Astronaut's watch, that's cool. That's why to buy this. It's not a value proposition at all. But nothing about buying watches is sane anyway. You've got all the time you need on your phone or on your computer screen or in your car. You don't need to know it. Watches are now jewellery, and if you wear this and it smiles back at you, then it's worth the money. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and if you're feeling really bored, you can have a look at my other videos which are about blank cassettes, which I'm sure you won't be interested in. But thanks anyway. Bye bye.